All right, just when you thought we were done with example 2, we're going to see it 45 more times. Okay, so specifically on the good old TI-84 Plus calculator. So I can show you some specific keystrokes to help you out when you're doing these problems. All right, so I do want to graph that equation. Easiest way to do this to start off is alpha y equals. It pulls up a submenu that we want to choose that first one to type in a fraction very easily. You don't have to. You can put it in parentheses and whatnot. Okay, so we have an x to the third power, arrow out of that exponent, and then minus 1. Yep, that's not a 1. Okay, and then arrow down to the bottom, and then x minus 1. Okay, lovely. All right, and if we were to take a look at a graph, I usually don't hit the graph button. Usually I hit a zoom button and I choose one of these. I like to choose number 4, zoom decimal, because whenever you're using the trace menu, it usually moves by little decimal points there. Okay, so you can see because of the resolution on a graphing screen, unlike Desmos, you definitely get a big old gap here. So we can see that the function's not defined there. That doesn't mean that the limit is not defined there. So one thing that I could do is that I could hit trace, and I can just arrow over, and I can see what the graph might be approaching. You can see right there on 1, bam, y equals a big blank space. And then I can see it both above 3 and then below 3 there. All right, so maybe I want to get something that is a little bit more specific, a little bit closer, because it could be 2.9, right? Maybe not 3. So I can build myself a table. So to build that table, I am, instead of going to, say, second graph for the table, I'm going to go to second window, which is the table set. Okay. I don't care where it starts, because what I wanted to go down to is the independent and dependent. So whenever you first turn on your calculator, it probably says auto, but we don't want it to be auto for independent. We want to be able to ask, and the calculator will let us put in the x values. And then down here to dependent, we'll put it on auto. So then it will calculate what the y value is for that given x value. So now whenever I go to table, I have numbers that are already in here from something else. I'm going to go ahead and clear these things out. Whoops, I think I hit delete. Yes, delete, 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 delete. Okay, so if I am not mistaken, we want one dead center. So if we want one dead center, we're going to start at something like 0.9, and then 0.99, 0.999. Add as many of those as you want to. If I were to stick in 1, of course, it should give me an error. And now I want to build something a little bit bigger, 1.001. 1.01, and then one more, 1.1, right? So then we have this nice little table to give us enough evidence that this function seems to be approaching 3 as x approaches 1.